Spiritual Savages, hello, welcome back to our channel. For those of you who are joining us for your first time, welcome. I'm Asana Sophia, and this is the Spiritual Savage community. We bring awareness and acceptance to the gray areas of being human to bridge the gap between duality and non-duality so that we can learn to love ourselves for who we are, where we are, and as we are. Today I'd like to talk to you all about mastering the art and technique of getting what you want so that you can learn to manifest the life you dream of. Now, I've always been really good at manifesting the things that I want in my life. I just never really put a name to it until a few years ago. To manifest something means to make something clear or obvious to the mind's eye. In other words, our mind's eye can be far more beneficial in creating our physical reality than our physical eyes can be. You see, science has proven that the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is fake. For example, I read this study once about a researcher who conducted a study and they split their participants up into two groups. The first study group was participants who they instructed to play basic piano keys for a week straight. And then the second study group, they told to only imagine playing the basic piano keys for a week straight. In other words, the second study group was told to envision themselves playing the piano as if it were real and to attach certain feelings to it as if they were truly playing the piano, like the first group. Scans showed that changes in the brain for both groups were symmetrical, meaning that the brain didn't see a difference and the brain didn't show a difference between whether the person was playing the piano or whether they were imagining themselves playing the piano. Now, this makes sense when you think of other ways that the brain does this. Another commonly understood example of this is the presence of anxiety in the body or the awareness of anxiety in the body. We have this fight or flight mechanism in the body and the brain that allows us to go into survival mode when we are in the presence of danger. Back in the day, when we were in the presence of danger, if there was a wild animal in front of us or if we had to, save our own asses for any reason, this mechanism will go off, our hearts will start pumping, our blood will start rushing, and we will go into strict survival mode so that we can get our asses out of there. However, this same response when danger is in front of us can happen when danger is not in front of us and we are only imagining it. Like those of us with PTSD, we can trigger this response by simply believing that there is danger that isn't actually present in our immediate reality. We're just imagining that danger is present. Now, PTSD stems from people who have experienced actual danger and then they keep reliving it over and over and over again. So the brain actually thinks that this danger is happening and it will cause the body and the mind to react as if the danger is still present. However, it is not. But the brain doesn't know the difference. So if you've ever heard somebody say that you are what you think, believe them because they are 100% correct.
Believe them because they are 100% correct.
Now, if we don't learn to monitor our thoughts, then we will eventually start living the life that we fear instead of the life that we desire. We all manifest our lives in one way or another. You're either manifesting the life you desire and the life you dream of, or you're manifesting the life that you fear and that you don't want. Either way, you already know how to manifest. Now that you're aware of the terminology and technique, you can use it to your advantage to create the life that you truly desire. But first, in order to manifest, you must learn to use the mind's eye properly. But before you do this, it is very important that you learn how to meditate first.
Who wants to sit in silence, right?
But trust me, you're gonna wanna hear this if you desire to have the life you dream of. Seriously, many of us make meditation hard, and meditation is not supposed to be hard. It is one of the most simplest, effortless things that we can do as humans that can make our lives so much greater than they are. Now, meditation can seem complicated if you're one of those people that makes it complicated. Meditation doesn't have to be complicated. If you learn to embrace meditation in all moments, then meditation becomes effortless and so easy to use in your life to make your dreams come true. So what does it mean to meditate? Meditation is essentially the conscious act of putting focus on the mind, the act of observing the mind's thoughts without attaching to any of them. At the core, that's pretty much it. Guys, this is key to to manifesting your dream life. The second thing you must know in manifesting your dream life is that you must get comfortable with being fake. Now, this is something that most of us have learned to not do. Many of us have been told that being fake is actually not a good thing, obviously. But when it comes to manifesting, being fake is the best thing that you can do. Being as fake as possible with yourself and with your brain is the best thing that you can do when it comes to the art of manifesting. Now, the fake aspect of manifesting can be difficult. And the reason it is difficult is because most of us have learned to use these two eyes to see our world. But we must relearn how to use our mind's eye, an eye that we can't even see, that we just have to believe in and trust that is there, to see our reality the way that we desire. The reason for this is because the view of your present reality is going to be different, in a sense, to your desired reality. So in order to manifest, you must believe that what you want is already yours. In other words, we must stop seeing our world through these two eyes, and we must learn to imagine our worlds with our mind's eye. And we must imagine our reality in the way that we see it and the way that we desire with our mind's eye. Let me give you an example of this. So when I was living in my apartment that I lived in before the one I live in currently, I had little to no windows in my apartment. I hated it. It drove me absolutely insane. It was very depressing. I had really short ceilings as well, and I'm a pretty tall person, and I love lots of light, so this was really depressing for me. Instead of spending time being upset about this or, talking about how miserable it is and, really diving deep into the fact that my apartment was always dark and just miserable and gloomy and whatever, I did that for a while, and it was very miserable. But then I realized, there's people in this world who don't even have shelter, and I'm sitting here thinking about my windows and like how big I want my windows to be. Like, that's absurd. So I started to become grateful for what I had. I would envision that my windows were much, much bigger than they really were. And I'd open them up on sunny days, and I'd, walk around my house as if my ceilings were so tall and my windows were so big and they were letting in so much sunlight. And, I would pretend that I could tan just by sitting in my window. And now I have an apartment with bigger ceilings and bigger windows than anybody I've ever known in my life. I'm not even kidding. I literally tan in front of my window instead of going outside sometimes. The third step is trust. Learning to trust the process, learning to trust and believe in the mind's eye, and learning to trust and believe in your abilities as a human to make your dreams come true. Once you build trust, you can move on to the fourth step. Now, the fourth step is to get clear on exactly what it is that you desire in your life. The clearer you are, the easier it will be to manifest your dream life. So how can we be clear about our dreams? The best way to become clear about the reality that you desire to have is to connect with the person or the you that will be living this desired reality. What does it feel like to be where you envision yourself? How does it feel to be the you who is living your dream life? The more feelings you identify and allow yourself to process as true, the more you will align with your vision and the you that is living your desired life. The fifth step is to believe in yourself. This might seem like an easier step than the rest of them, but this is actually one of the hardest steps that I think people struggle with the most. Now, many of us have been conditioned to stop believing in ourselves. When we're kids, we go to do something with full trust in ourselves and full trust in our choice, and then our parents stop us and say, whoa, 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 don't do that. Stop doing that. You can't do that. You're too small. You're not tall enough. You're not this. You can't. You're not big enough. And accidentally, not intentionally, our parents instill limiting beliefs and fear in us. Over time, this does something to the mind's eye. This does something to the brain, and it causes the brain to truly believe that we are not capable, and it causes the brain to stop believing in our person. So meditating will help you with this. Meditating will allow you to observe your thoughts, and it'll allow you to become aware of these limiting beliefs that you have about yourself and about your abilities. as a human. Once you become aware of these limiting beliefs, you can then recondition your mind to believe in yourself, which is very simple. You obviously just do the opposite of what you've been told. But it is very, 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 very important that you learn to believe in yourself. This is just as important as learning to trust the process. If you trust the process but you don't believe in yourself, then you're not really trusting the process, because you don't believe that what is yours, or you don't believe that this desired reality can be yours. Believe in yourself, trust your process, and you will manifest the life you dream of. Now, step 6 is to completely 100% detach from your vision. Detachment is a major key player in manifesting the life you dream of. However, this is the part where most people either completely neglect or they struggle to implement it. But if something is yours, would you question it?
No.
You're right. No, you wouldn't. I mean, unless you were in front of a cop and that something was drugs. But seriously, you wouldn't question something you already hold. So if you've already done the first few steps correctly, you trust in your process, you trust in yourself, and you believe that your dreams are attainable, and you believe that your dreams are already yours, then detachment should be the easy step. Have you ever heard the phrase, if you love something, let it go, and if it was meant to be, it will come back and find you? So this is true with manifesting also. In order to manifest, we must let go of the vision that we have for ourselves. We must not control it. We must not try to work tirelessly to make it happen. So when you're in this relationship and you're having a hard time letting go, the reason you don't want to let go is because you're afraid that it's not coming back. And the reason why you're afraid is because you don't truly believe that this is meant for you. If you truly believed that it was meant for you, you would have no problem letting the person go. However, you create resistance and fear when you try to control your relationship instead of just letting it go. Does this make sense? If we don't let go of the vision or the dream, we have no space to enjoy and focus on the process. So in order to make our dreams come true, we must let go of them. We must identify them, make them clear, trust in them, and then we must let go of them, and we must focus on the process. So in other words, the you that is living your dream life, how would that you be today? What would you living that dream life do today? And this is the process that will lead you to your dream life. What is meant to be will be. So let it go and it will come back to you. Trust that it will come back to you. Trust and believe that what is yours will be yours. Now, the final, most important step of manifesting the life that you truly desire is to practice gratitude for that which you already have in a way that shows gratitude for that which you desire. So let me give you an example of this. If you had a partner who came to you and said that they were feeling like they were ugly, they said they didn't feel attractive, they felt like they were ugly, would you tell them that they're ugly? Would you agree with them? No, you wouldn't, because you want them to feel beautiful, because they deserve to feel beautiful, and you know they're beautiful, and that they're just feeling down about themselves. So again, you wouldn't tell them that they're ugly, you wouldn't agree with them. Instead, you would show appreciation for their beauty and show them this in hopes that they'll model it themselves and they'll find gratitude and they'll see their own beauty. Same goes for manifesting the life you desire. If you're not showing gratitude for the things that you already have, you're never going to get more, because you won't show gratitude for the things that you get. So you must show gratitude for the things that you already have in a way that makes them bigger and much greater than they already are. With my windows example, I almost acted like my windows were a real live person. And I thanked them for letting light into my house. I thanked them as if they were already these giant windows I currently have. And I treated them as if they were these windows. And I treated them as if they were able to produce what I desired most, which was light and a bright apartment. You can apply this to anything in your life, focusing on ability instead of disability in every aspect, every person, every situation, in anything that you want. It is important to show gratitude for what you already have and to believe that it is much greater than it is. Now let's go back and review the steps. Step 1 is becoming aware of the mind's eye through meditation. Step 2, get comfortable with being fake. Step 3, trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, And trust that your dreams and your reality that you desire is real and possible. And trust that the reality that you seek is already yours and coming to you. Step 4, become clear on what it is that you desire. Attach as many feelings and emotions as possible. Step 5, believe in yourself and recondition any limiting beliefs that you have been taught. Step 6, detach. Detach from your vision, 100%. And step 7, show gratitude. Lots and lots of gratitude. So there you have it, spiritual savages, how to manifest your dream reality through the law of attraction. So what are you waiting for? Go create the life you desire because you can and you have the ability to. Thank you guys for another awesome video.